Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeremy here at Extreme Weather Tracker, updating your tropical weather at 12:51 p.m. on June the 20th. Talk about a couple features in the tropical Atlantic. The first is a tropical wave centered over the Yucatan Peninsula at this time. This feature is moving off to the northwest at about 15 miles per hour. The second feature is a tropical wave located just to the um, west of the Lesser Antilles. These are the Lesser Antilles Islands here. As you can see, most of the convection associated with this is off here toward the Lesser Antilles, although the tropical wave is in this area here. And the third wave is a rather vigorous tropical wave located still in the open Atlantic, moving to the west at about 5 degrees of longitude per day. Now, the more important feature to us at this time is the tropical wave that's located just over the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's moving to the north and west and should enter the Bay of Campeche sometime tonight or early tomorrow. Now, we can expect to see some fairly decent moisture out of this, even though the development at this time looks like the chances are fairly small. Probably a 30% chance of this developing into any kind of organized system. But there's a frontal system and an upper level low that's over the central United States, and this is moving to the east. And what this is going to do, it's going to pull this moisture uh, of the tropical low that should be centered here sometime in the middle part of the week. It's going to pull the moisture northward and into southeast Texas. As you can see already on the satellite image, you see this moisture already starting to flow out of the tropics and into central Louisiana, and even we should see some pop-up showers here in the southeast Texas here sometime this afternoon. But at the very least, the tropical wave should move into the Bay of Campeche sometime tonight or in the morning. And this is an area that's favored for development. But at the very least, we should see a low-level feature centered in this area sometime in the middle part of this week, and we should see that moisture getting drawn northward into Texas around that high that's going to be centered over the panhandle of Florida. A couple more things I want to show you. Uh, this is the climatological origins and tracks for June developments, and surprisingly enough, there's only one storm every 2 years in June. So even though it seems like the hurricane season is getting off to a slow start, it's typical for this time of year. The areas that's favored for development is here in the northwestern Caribbean, in the southern and eastern Gulf of Mexico, and down here in the Bay of Campeche, like I was talking about earlier. As like I said, the storm we have coming is centered over the Yucatan right now, and like I said, it's moving into an area that's climatologically favored for development for this time of year. We'll have to see if all the conditions are ripe for development. We could have some at least a week development in this area in the next 3 to 4 days as this thing moves northward toward the Texas coastline. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. But this graphic I want to show you, as you can see, the tropical low centered down here in the Bay of Campeche. Here's the Yucatan Peninsula, and at the very least, you can see the high that's centered over the Florida Panhandle. The high is backing away to the east, and it's drawing this tropical moisture right up into our area. I think our rain chances go from 30% today, 60% tomorrow, maybe 70% Wednesday, back down to 50% Thursday. So some of the models are saying we can get as much as 2 to 5 inches of rain in this area. But we definitely need it, and we're excited about it. Hope everything works out in our favor, because we are in extreme drought right now. So anyway, we'll be watching this area for development in the coming days, and we'll definitely keep you posted, keep you updated as a situation comes necessary. Also, one last thing I want to talk about, this wave here that's in the just to the west of the Lesser Antilles. Some of the models are favoring some development of this thing when it gets on up into the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll also be keeping an eye on that. Right now, we're keeping an eye on this wave here and see what happens in the coming days. Once again, thank everyone for checking back with us. This is Jeremy, an Extreme Weather Tracker. Hope you guys have a great day.